2021, where do I even begin with you? I think we can start with some of the highlights. I moved to Italy with my sister for a month in August, finished my freshman year at the University of Arizona, took a lot of oyster shots, reunited with my best friend after 2 years, launched my very own makeup products, ended up on a Times Square billboard, bought my first bottle of legal wine, danced around the streets of Italy at 1 a.m., had a lot of laughs, some sad moments too, randomly like a Mario Kart car, I guess? I don't know. Saw a lot of cats that were attached to me. That was something. Dyed my hair blue, fell in love with my best friend, almost caught myself on fire, went glamping in the Grand Canyon, got overtaken by thousands of cicadas, learned I need to work on my jumping into water skill, had a month-long chronic sinus infection, handcuffed myself to my sister, saw a lot of sunsets, and had a lot of genuine smiles. 2021, the year of genuine smiles. But let's take it back to the beginning. Welcome to my 2021 recap. I cannot believe we're already here. I remember sitting in this exact spot in my childhood bedroom that I've lived in my entire life. I remember sitting here this time last year in such a different state of mind, yet in the same exact spot, which is really insane when I really think about that, because I felt that I was at maximum growth then. I was like, I had this life thing figured out. I have my awareness figured out, what I want figured out, and looking at myself now, I realize I have so much to learn, so much to figure out. I've grown so much just this year, and I'm so interested to see where I will be if I'm sitting here this time next year. Am I sitting somewhere else? I don't know, but I'm constantly growing, and I hope that next year I'm sitting here blown away by the amount of growth that 2022 is going to be bringing to me. Now we're going to be doing something a little bit different than my previous recap videos. I didn't write out any points before this. Every other time I've done a video like this, I've been really thoughtful with what I want to say, how I want to say it, and really perfecting that. But I really just want to talk. I don't want to feel like there's things I have to say, need to say. I just want whatever comes naturally to me. Because one of the greatest lessons of this year is just really learning to trust myself. I've had a lot of moments by myself and alone, and I've had that every year, but in years prior, I really hated that time alone, and I did anything I could to avoid it. But I noticed myself this year enjoying it and almost gravitating towards the times I had by myself, whether that was getting a morning coffee, going to a doctor's appointment by myself, running errands by myself, traveling by myself. I've really had a lot of time to talk with myself in my head and really figure out who I am. And do I know entirely who I am? No. Will I know that next year? No. That is going to be constantly growing. But I feel very grateful that for that time spent alone, through a lot of hard times too this year, I was really able to enjoy that time. I'm not saying it's perfect. A lot of the time I was like, I'm panicking, I'm overthinking, I'm anxious, but for the most part, I was really able to learn how to calm myself down, make myself happy, pick myself up, and that is something so incredibly important, and I feel so grateful to finally be at a good place with that. Now, in some of these clips here, you're seeing me in Ohio, which is one of my favorite places on earth. It's where my parents are both born and raised. My whole family lives there. I really was able to spend quality time there this year, and I'm so grateful for that, because especially in 2020, not being able to see my relatives was really hard, and it was hard for everyone. And so I really took the time when I was with my family to appreciate it, reflect on it, and really enjoy that, because it was taken from us, and to have it back even in the way it was, I was so grateful for. And I feel very, very lucky that I was able to see them so much this year. I feel like I need to kind of explain a little bit of my year. It's not really lining up with these clips, but it is what it is. I can't really help it. I started this year being a freshman at the University of Arizona. I lived in a dorm room. my sister, all my friends were at school. I was really happy. But things quickly changed in May when I had to kind of figure out what I wanted for myself for the next year, and where I wanted to be, who I wanted to be with. It was really challenging because you're on a path that you think is right for you, but something doesn't feel right. And I had to trust myself with that and really figure out what I wanted to do. And I think this was one of the biggest decisions of my life, to trust myself and go to online school, take it back to the basics. I've been doing online school since I was a sophomore in high school, and part of me was really fearful to go back to that because I remember the isolation I felt from normal high school kids when I did online, and I was worried that I would be missing that area of like relatability to other college kids and people my age. But I had to also do what felt right, and I'm so grateful I did, because the summer of 2021, some of the best months of my life. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I was. I was reunited with my best friend, and that was one of the most special trips in my life. It was always so good to see her because we were always long distance best friends, but to know how long we had gone without seeing each other during such pivotal times that we were both going through, whether it was with relationships, with work, with living situations. There was so much that I missed Hannah for and wanted to see her in person. We talked so much over the phone, but having just one-on-one time with her was so incredible. And just looking at July and that trip will just forever make me have the biggest smile on my face because it was so special. Another thing that really kind of took me back to feeling extremely grateful this year was the month of May. I didn't really talk about it a lot online. I kind of briefly mentioned it. Actually, no, that's a lie. I made a lot of jokes about it. I had a horrible sinus infection. I don't even know how to begin to explain it to you, and I'm not going to sit here and go off for the entirety of this because there was so much great, but May really kind of put things in perspective. I had a fever for 2 weeks straight. I was in and out of the doctor multiple times in a couple week period. No one knew what was going on with me. I was just so sick. It was a sinus infection, and then it wasn't going away, and then I was back on medicine. I couldn't even eat. I couldn't get up to barely go to the bathroom or shower. I had to take my finals online, and my sister, my mom had to help move me out of college because I was too sick to do it myself. It was a really rough month on me. To then have such an amazing couple months to follow, I just took them so much more gratefully, and I know I would have been grateful regardless, but just having that experience really put it in perspective for me. Feeling healthy again and, eating enough and really getting myself back to a healthy place after May and how challenging that was really hard, but it took a lot of growth and a lot of time. And I mean, here we are in Italy. If you watch any of my Italy series, my sister and I packed up and moved over to Italy for the month of August. We had a little Airbnb that I will forever love and want to go back to in Florence, Italy. And from there, we took a lot of trips around the country. We went to the Amalfi Coast in Positano. We went to Milan. That was one of the best months of my life as well. My mom was able to meet us over there, and it was just such good growing time for us because it really taught us and opened our eyes to the world and how so much beauty is out there to see and to learn about and culture, and I was just so grateful for it. I've been really blessed to have amazing trips in my life that I've been able to learn so much on, and Italy just really taught me so much. I can't explain it. It was such a big girl moment for us because I'm so grateful to have a family that's really involved in my life and really has made growing up super easy and seamless for me. Even when I became an adult, my family has still really helped us in a lot of ways. And so to kind of plan this trip and go over there and not really know everything, but just kind of do it with my sister and see what worked was just really cool for both of us. It was a great growing up experience, and both of us will reference that forever. And having our mom come over and just having our Mamma Mia summer, literally out of a movie, out of a dream. I'll never be able to relive that exact moment because it was just such a great feeling.
I only feel lonely at the end of the night. Well, I wanna be somewhere away from this place. Yeah, somewhere just a little closer to grace. So smile, the worst is yet to come. We'll be lucky if we ever see the sun. Got nowhere to go, we can be here for a while. The future is forgiven, so smile. Smile.
Now at the same time, I was so happy in August. I was feeling so blessed. I was doing things I had always dreamed of doing. And I was still very torn because I still had a life back in the States, in Arizona. Everyone's moving back down to school. My sorority was getting things going for the year, and I was really torn and nervous that I was doing the wrong thing. But I had to learn during this and through the months that followed that I had to follow my heart, and I did. And I have no regrets with it. I feel so grateful for the back end of this year and the projects and the things I've been able to do because I took a big girl decision. And I keep saying that a lot, but there's a lot of times that I need other people's approval or advice or to tell me what to do. But this had to really come down to myself, and that goes back to spending that time by myself. I really learned to value my own opinion and trust what I'm thinking about, what I want to do, and really just go with it.
Will eventually knock on my door and tell me I'm not needed around anymore, and he'll hold me so close at the end of the day. When I'm quiet, I can nearly hear him say, smile, the worst is yet to come. We'll be lucky if we ever see the sun.
I look at September and also have such a huge smile on my face. I was able to visit Hannah over in Hawaii for a good 10 days, and that was so much fun to just be there with her, see this life she'd created over there, and once again have such special time with her that I'll always remember. We joke that one day these are the videos and memories we'll be showing our kids, and yeah, it's funny in the moment, but it's also very weird to think that's a very real thing, that I will always have these documentations of my life and video of me literally evolving from the time I was 13 years old alongside my best friend. We've both been doing this for so many years, and that is something that hopefully still exists when I have kids one day. I don't know when that will be, very far from now, but it's a very weird thought that my life is all right there for them to see. It's like a little video series diary, and that's such a cool thing. And every year I keep adding to that and building upon it, and it's just like my own little movie. And I don't know if they'll watch it all. They might get bored. I'd probably get bored, but at the same time, how cool. They'll have that, and whenever I'm missing these times, I can play this and then cry and wish I'm back to this moment, but hope that I'm also very grateful for the moment that I'm in and try and not always be living in the past. That is something I do way too much, but I've also worked on this year. Because there were so many great moments, I would tend to, in the moments that weren't great, really fixate on when it was good. And instead of just acknowledging that not every single moment in life is going to be great, I would just hold on to the thought of when it was. And that was really bad too. And that was something I still work on. I'm looking here at the fall. That was something I was definitely struggling with. I loved this fall. Fall's my favorite season. I had such a special time in October with my birthday and with my boyfriend, and just really being able to do all my fall dreams in a beautiful place that was not Arizona. That really was hitting different, and I was very grateful for that. Let me go home. Home is whenever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is when I'm alone with you. There was my ups, there was my downs, there was a lot in between of this year, But I can genuinely say, looking at all my recent years and all the moments I hold on to, I feel so lucky to have had the year I had. It was something I don't know if I'll ever be able to put into words, but it was just something so special and so needed for me. And I feel so grateful that I was able to document so much of it, and I'll be able to always have this to look back at and put just a real, genuine smile on my face. I like to call this year my year of genuine smiles, because I've learned that more than any part of me that I could think, one of my favorite things about myself is my smile and my laugh, because there's the genuineness of it, and then there's, a forced one. And I just see in so many of these clips the genuine smile and laugh, and that makes me feel so happy, because only sometimes with that, but to see it just really, I can't even explain how much that warms my heart. As my 2021 recap is coming to an end, I really hope to continue to grow as a person into 2022, make new friends, make new memories, experience the world and everything it has to offer, and continue to learn about myself, because I'm learning something new every day at this rate. So who knows what will happen next year, but we will be seeing if I'm sitting here on my bed. And I'll see you guys in 365 days to update you on that. But in all seriousness, thank you 2021 for a year I will never forget.